Hello, Aquarius. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your love and life reading focused on the first half of July. Can you guys believe we're already into July? So from the 1st all the way through the 15th, I've got a bunch of sections that I'm going to be taking a look at here today for you. General as always, so please do take from it what personally makes sense for you and let the rest go. So let's get right into this. We're going to start with issues of your connection, whatever that might be. So I'm going to pull from both of these decks here. This is the Twin Flame Dilemmas Oracle by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot, and this is my newest deck. It's called the Dating Scene Oracle, the good, the bad, and everything in between. So let's take a look at that. And we will, of course, clarify everything with tarot. All right, Aquarius. So when it comes to the issues for your connection, for the collective, angels and spirit guides, what might that be? What does that look like here? Broken vows. Some of you guys, and take this obviously only if it applies, you could have been married, your marriage could have broken apart. This could represent a legal separation or a divorce, since we've got wedding bands right here. Or for those of you who were in a partnership that went into separation, this could simply mean that promises were broken, vows were broken between the two of you. Okay, so let's see what else. What other dilemmas and issues need to come through for this reading for Aquarius? Oh boy, looking up exes. So that could be what was going on for some of you guys. All right, just still focusing on past relationships, ex-partnerships. That could have been why promises and vows were broken for some of you, especially too if there was an ex that was lingering, and that was an issue for sure. All right, let's grab one more issue or dilemma for the collective. And very rarely does an entire reading resonate with somebody, so as always, take bits and parts of it that do make sense. All right, so this says getting around, sex kitten. So this could represent a person who was kind of making their rounds, being in and out of relationships, especially if they just wanted to casually date or just not be committed to one person. Could just be in and out of relationships strictly for the physical connection, you know. So we'll have to see what the rest of the cards bring forward. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some cards from my Dating Scene Oracle here. Angels and spirit guides, please. This is actually the very first time that I am using this deck ever. All right, Aquarius, so let's take a look at that. What else when it comes to the issues and dilemmas of your partnership? Look at this, perfect fit. You perhaps see this person as a perfect match for you, but if they were sleeping around, for example, still looking up their ex, maybe on social media, or contacting their ex, that could have definitely been a problem. Let's see what else. You both ultimately have to be on the same page for this to work. Grounded, okay, at peace with who they are. This could represent you as well, all right, or at least something that your person needs to work on to be able to find peace within themselves. Let's grab one more. And then we have privacy, please, keeping your private life private. And what I'm getting for some of you is that could have been what was needed, but if they were putting their business out there, if they were airing out all of their dirty laundry with people on social media, friends, family, that's definitely not keeping things private. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else needs to come through. So let's clarify these messages. I'm going to use my Illuminated Star Tarot here. So the issues for the connection could be that somebody was making the rounds, sleeping around, just casually dating, breaking promises, looking up exes, and that creates a very unstable foundation for the partnership. And I'm also getting for some of you, especially since I'm just getting this energy that some of you guys could be really embarrassed with how things played out between you and your person. And so maybe right now you're off social media, you're not really wanting to put your life out there, and you just want privacy. I'm getting that for some of you. All right, so let's see what we need to find out here for Aquarius. 8 of Pentacles. Somebody just was not putting in the work that was necessary in the partnership, because we've got broken vows right here. Okay. And then we've got the 10 of Wands, which kind of makes sense here because both of these cards represent working hard and just putting on all of the effort into a relationship. But I'm feeling here it was very lopsided, that somebody wasn't actually doing that. And so there are all these heavy energies attached to this whole experience, Aquarius, that could have really ended up hurting you. And there's also this need, perhaps, in order for you to move forward, either with this person or to just go in a whole different direction in your life in order to find the love that they could not offer you. There's this need to just really release some of that heaviness that you've been carrying on your shoulders. Lay down the heavy burdens. Look at this. You guys have your boundaries up, which makes sense, especially if you were dealing with somebody, for example, a masculine who was, this is so random and I just got this message. Okay, so some of you guys could have been dealing with a masculine, for example, who was on social media. They could have just been constantly watching porn and things like that, you know, just looking up other people outside of the relationship, whether it was a reality or whether they were just fantasizing about people on social media, on their phones, on their computers. You know, a sex kitten type vibe is what I'm getting for some of you. And so there wasn't a whole lot of trust going on here for some of you guys. Trust issues, secrets, fantasies outside of the relationship. And that could certainly make you feel, especially the divine feminine here, feel very insecure. Who wouldn't be, you know? And then we've got the King of Pentacles here. So one thing about the King of Pentacles, this is somebody who's very stable. It is clarifying perfect fit here. And I do feel for some of you, this is how you saw your masculine. They were someone that you could trust. This is somebody that you could build a long-lasting relationship with, or at least that's what you were thinking initially. But come to find out, that's not what they were feeling or thinking, that they could have been on a very different page from you. And what I'm getting to for some of you is if you have let this person go because there could have been infidelities and trust issues, this could be what you end up finding by just empowering yourself and going in a different direction, finding someone who is your perfect match, who can offer you a stable relationship, somebody who isn't going to be looking at other people, fantasizing about other people, hitting up their exes. And then we've got the Knight of Pentacles here. So this is a very slow-moving individual, which is actually not a bad thing at all. And so what I'm getting for some of my feminines is there really is a good possibility here that by detaching yourself from somebody who couldn't commit to you, you end up finding someone who can. But this individual here, for some of you guys, they could be very slow moving. They like to take their time, falling in love, getting to know you. They are grounded, as it says. They are at peace with who they are. They don't have to figure out who they are. They know exactly what they represent and what they're bringing to the table in a partnership. And then we've got the Two of Swords here, which makes sense for me because it is clarifying the privacy card right there. So you want your privacy, Aquarius, because I feel with particular people that you have involved yourself with, especially past relationships that ended up not working out, you're not really wanting them in to your life. You don't want them seeing into your life. So especially if you guys followed each other on social media, for example, you don't want them being able to have access to that. You could have blocked this person. So there's not a whole lot going on here between you and a particular person. But what I'm also getting is you have the possibility of really finding a very stable, loving connection with somebody. Moving on to someone who truly can love you the way someone else could not. That's what I'm getting from that. And I've got cards flying. Hold on one second. I have so many cards around me right now, and I've got these decks that are so brand new, and they're really shiny, and they just tend to slide off my desk. All right, so that's the first portion of this reading, Aquarius. So let's go ahead and see, when it comes to the person that you are focused on for this reading, their thoughts and feelings about you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some cards from the Divine Love Soul Connections deck. This is by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aquarius, their thoughts and feelings about you currently. So yeah, I mean, for a partner, looking up their exes and not wanting to commit, that can be very challenging. Unlocked, ready to love. This could be you. You know, that your heart is finally opening up to the possibilities of finding love again. But obviously we're focused on somebody that you might be at a distance from, and we're taking a look at what their thoughts and feelings are about you. So if their heart, for example, was closed off to being with you, developing a long-lasting connection with you, it seems that they're now ready to do that. We do have family love coming through here, so take this only if it applies. You guys might have already had children together, and therefore with some challenges through the issues and dilemmas, the family dynamic was affected as well. But I do like this card coming through here, putting in the efforts, because in order to salvage a partnership that has fallen apart, they absolutely need to meet you halfway. They need to put in the same amount of effort that you're willing to put in. You know, it can't be lopsided energy. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at my other deck here, if I can find it. Sorry, where is it? Oh my goodness. Okay, let me grab it. So I'm going to pull some additional messages from my Heart and Soul Love Oracle. Their thoughts and feelings about you is perhaps now they're ready to put in the effort that they could not before. So there might be a shift in the energy here, guys. If they did try to reach out to an ex, maybe that situation didn't work out, and now they're ready to put in the efforts towards this partnership. But I'm also getting, for some of you guys, I'm just getting, for some of you, you feel like it's the end, you know, like it's too late, that there's too much pain, too much damage that has been caused by this person to ever go back to that. That's just what I'm getting for some of you. Timing could also be off a little bit. It really does come down to timing, because as we've already seen from the first batch of cards, there's a possibility that you might end up finding love elsewhere with someone who's more stable, someone who's grounded, somebody who knows who they are. So if you have an ex who is ready to come towards you to make amends, and if you've already moved on to another relationship, or maybe you've started to date someone else, it comes down to timing. It really does, because you might not be interested, or at least entertaining a second chance with this person, if you've already found someone that you feel wouldn't ever let you down, wouldn't ever cheat on you, somebody that you can trust, somebody that you see a long-term future with by way of marriage, having a family someday, if you don't already have children, or having more children with someone else. This makes sense for me. Breathe. I was drowning my sorrows before you came into my life. I don't think I would ever be able to come up for, oh wait, sorry, I can't read today. I didn't think I would ever be able to come up for air again. A broken heart can slowly kill you if you let it. Thank you for rescuing me, for helping me to finally exhale. That's kind of what I've been talking about, you know, moving on from somebody that ended up hurting you and finding somebody that can help you exhale, finding love again. And this makes sense as well. Broken. I ran away from you because I was afraid. I've given my heart before and my heart was broken. I don't know how not to run. All I do is run from love. I've gotten so used to the pain. I'm also numb to it. Maybe, just maybe, I'll give it one more try. This could also be something that you relate to, especially if someone clearly has broken your heart, they betrayed your trust. And this could be you ready and willing to give love one more try. That could also represent the person who wants to come back to you. That part of the reason why things ended up falling apart initially is because they themselves were broken by other people. And if they're now opening up their heart to you, wanting to give this another chance, again, it falls on timing here. That does not guarantee that once they reach out to you, that you would even be open to a reconciliation, especially if there's someone else in the picture. I can't speak today. Especially if there is someone else in the picture by the time they reach out to you. Okay, so let's clarify. I'm going to pull from my tarot teacher here. Yeah, you'll have to forgive me, guys. I've gotten like, I think 2 hours of sleep. And I'm blaming it on my husband because he's got this hobby where he's trying to fix something on the TV and the TV's in our room and I can't freaking sleep. So I'm like, oh my God, turn that damn thing off so I can get some sleep already. So I'm like half awake right now, but these messages need to get out. So here we are. All right, so from my tarot teacher, let's go ahead and clarify these cards. Unlocked, ready to love. But no matter what, I mean, this whole situation made you really sad. They hurt you. They definitely hurt you. I mean, who wouldn't be, you know, especially finding out that your person is trying to reach out to an ex, trying to talk to other people outside of the relationship. So I do feel from this person, though, that they have a lot, and I mean a lot of regrets about how they treated you. But look at this. We've got another 5 coming in. So 5s can be very challenging in tarot. So 5 of Swords, you walked away from this individual because of the competition. Look at that. It's conflicts. So they kind of shot themselves in the foot. No pun intended. We've got a foot right there. You know, and so this created a lot of challenges for the two of you. And like I mentioned, since it's clarifying family love, it broke up a family, or at least plans to have a family. So my divine feminines, you're coming through as the high priestess here. So you got to just trust that your divine masculine will do the right thing if they actually put in the effort to fix this. So it really comes down to timing, as we've already determined here. So there's really nothing here for you to do. It falls on your masculine to be able to put in those efforts to move things forward. Yeah. Let's see what else. It comes down to timing. Putting in the effort here. More 5s. Look at this. Someone was left out in the cold. This represents the breakup between the two of you. And when you guys broke up, maybe that caused you to feel really insecure. Maybe you were just really left with worrying about, can I ever find love again? Struggling with the whole experience of how this person treated you. So maybe they did leave you out in the cold, but I'm feeling at this point, for some of you guys, the tables might have turned and it is you that has left them out in the cold now. Especially if they're coming forward with this energy, unlocked, ready to love you, and maybe you find yourself loving someone else at this point. Wow, guys. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So what I love about the Queen of Pentacles coming through here representing the feminine is you are able to stand on your own 2 feet. You don't actually need this masculine to provide for you in any way, shape, or form. Certainly not monetarily, because this can represent a businesswoman. It can represent someone who's very successful. This could also represent a working parent. So for families that had to go into separation because of infidelities and trust issues, I feel especially for the feminines, you're coming through as the High Priestess, remember, and the Queen of Pentacles. So you could be successful in your own right, in however way you see that happening in your life, if you're able to relate to that. And also the Queen of Pentacles is someone who's mature and grounded. So remember, that came through from the first batch of cards that we have perhaps a masculine here that you can connect with who is just as grounded as you are. You are at peace with who you are. They are at peace with who they are. And you guys just fit each other. Perfect fit, which we've already seen here. And I love how we've got the 6 of Wands here. So this is letting us know that no matter what, whether the 2 of you, whoever it is that you detached from or detached from you, there's a possibility that you guys can still make it work, that it can still be a successful union, but it takes effort from both people. It's not going to work if only one person is putting in the energies that's necessary to put in those efforts into the relationship. It takes 2 people. It doesn't just fall on one person's shoulders, okay? So if you find yourself going in a whole different direction, welcoming in either new love or you've already moved on to somebody else, giving love one more try, that in and of itself can also be a very victorious union. So I feel here, Aquarius, that no matter what, you're in a good position to really win. It's like a win-win situation for you, not so much for the other person. So I just kind of feel here that you're more in control of how this plays out in your life. All right, so that's what's coming through from there. Let's go ahead and add to this. I'm going to take a look at messages from their higher self. What is it that they would want to share with you at this point in time, despite everything that's happened between the 2 of you? So I'm going to pull from A Passionate Love Affair, the Whirlwind Romance Oracle by Angelic Revelation 144. So messages from their higher self to you, Aquarius. So what do they want to say? We have chilling outdoors. Some of you guys could have really enjoyed spending time together outdoors. Very outdoorsy individual, and maybe that's something that you are able to relate to as well. So messages from their higher self. The summer season could have also been really significant for some of you guys. We've got Gemini, Leo, Cancer, Virgo coming through here, and it says hot, hot, hot. Some of you guys could really love the hot weather, that time of year, summer season, you know, spending time outdoors. Let's see what else. So I'm feeling from your person here, Aquarius, that they are reminiscing, thinking about times that you guys have shared together. Romantic, look at this. Surprises you with thoughtful, romantic gestures. They would like to do this for you if you will allow them to bring the romance back. Will you let them? You know, that's the question here. Will you allow them back in to your life to bring the romance back, to romance you, to perhaps give them the opportunity to show you that they really do care for you, that they love you, that they're ready and willing to put in the work here? All right. So let's go ahead and add some dialogue to that. I'm going to pull from my Heart Space Oracle deck here. So let's see. Messages from their higher self. What else would they like to express at this time? Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aquarius. In the end, all that matters is that for one moment in time, all was right with the world because I had you in my life. So this is what their higher self is wanting to communicate to you. That no matter what, for one moment in time, everything was going well in their life because you were a part of it. And this to me is coming from a person perhaps that has accepted that maybe there's no guarantee that things will ultimately work out in their favor to have you back in their life. Because I am getting for some of you guys that there's this possibility that you've either found love elsewhere, that you're just going down a very different path and you're ready to find a very different kind of love aside from what you've experienced with this person. But they still desire you. Look at this. Your hugs, your kisses, your scent, your taste, your body. I want it all now. So they still desire you. They want to romance you. They want to come towards you with these romantic gestures. You're mine. Okay? They're still feeling that you're the person that they want in their life. And no one else. Because the ironic part of all that is at one point in time, they were perhaps in and out of your life talking to other people. And now that they've had some time apart from you, perhaps, they've had time to think and realize that they found true love. They found a very special connection with you and they blew it. Okay, so let's clarify these things. So I'm going to pull from my Modern Day Seers Tarot and Oracle Tarot with a twist. For those new to my channel, this is a deck that I created for those who are advanced beginners, especially who would like to learn how to read tarot, but it can certainly be for anyone. And the twist here is that it includes new oracle messages as well as new court cards. All right, Aquarius, so let's go ahead and see what else we need to know here. So they want to be able to spend more time with you. I'm just feeling for some of you guys that there's a part of you that's not so open to even entertaining this person back in your life. We do have the Duke of Air. So for some of my feminines watching, especially if you're a cross watcher, watching for a masculine Aquarian, this could be your person here. The Duke of Air is one of the new court cards in this deck, Divine Masculine Aquarius, but it could be Gemini and Libra too. They could have that in their chart. So this is someone now who's ready to share their feelings, okay? So we've already determined that their heart is unlocked to the possibilities of where this could all go, if I can find that card. Yes, unlocked, ready to love you. They're ready to open up their heart. Okay. This person, this Duke of Air here, is someone who's faithful and trustworthy, devoted. A doting parent as well, for those of you who have children. They are now emotionally invested and they really want to open up the conversation to talk to you. Nine of Cups, look at this. Emotional stability, satisfaction. Wish fulfillment could happen for some of you guys during this summer season, which we are in. It depends, of course, on where you're located throughout the world. Here in the States, we are in the summer season. So maybe during the course of summertime, for some of you guys, you might just find that this is a wish that can still manifest between you and your person here. We've got the Two of Pentacles. So yes, they want to be able to surprise you with romantic gestures. And in order to make that happen, they need to prioritize their time, their life, their priorities. They cannot be juggling other people. They need to be focused on you and you only. And with this Seven of Cups, clearly they were entertaining other options before. Okay, which is why it's clarifying this message. In the end, all that matters is that for one moment in time, all was right with the world because I had you in my life. But then perhaps at that time also, they didn't recognize or value the connection, especially if they were kind of talking to other people, hitting up their ex, you know, all of those things. Now, for some of my divine feminines who represent the Aquarius here, this could also be your masculine. The Baron of Water represents divine masculine, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Okay, so this is somebody who lives a very happy, content life. They're actually a very happy individual. Usually, they can be very detail-oriented. They're notoriously perceptive as a person, very sharp instincts. That could be your masculine right here. They are good company. You actually enjoy spending time with this person, but clearly it hasn't been an easy journey if they were entertaining other options, other people. And then we've got Archangel Raphael clarifying your mind. So look at this. I am the angel that heals all wounds. Are you nursing a broken heart? I am here to assist you on your healing journey. Let me remove the emotional baggage you've been carrying to lighten the burdens from past relationships that are weighing you down. Let me help you heal your heart, your mind, your soul, your body. I am here to aid in restoring your self-confidence, a healthy self-image, and to bring peace back in your life. So remember, guys, I mean, especially my divine feminines, I feel you will be able to meet somebody who can represent this very grounded, peaceful energy because they themselves are at peace with who they are. So yes, Archangel Raphael is here to help you heal from this very painful experience that you have dealt with a person that you just could not trust. Again, they could have possibly been trying to get back together with an ex, or again, just wasn't loyal to the partnership if they were checking out other people, talking to other people, wanting to just casually date around and not commit to you. So there's healing that's absolutely necessary here. Okay, so that's what's presenting itself there. So let's move on to the next section of this reading. We're going to take a look at some additional messages from your spirit guides here, whatever needs to come through at this time. So I'm going to pull from When Spirit Speaks by Medium on a Mission. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aquarius, for this love and life reading, first half of July. Lessons. Look at this. Much needed, I feel. Valuable lessons that perhaps you both have had to learn during this time. Some of you guys could be dealing with addictive behavior, or this is your person. Here we are again. Okay, timing. And I mean, obviously, this is someone who's expecting. It is a card of gestation, letting us know that time is involved. So we'll have to clarify, of course, but that is the second time in this reading where there is that reference to timing. That's no accident. So perhaps this is a situation, Aquarius, that needs a little bit more time to play out. And in the meantime, all you need to do is focus on yourself, your healing, your growth, whatever lessons you personally need to learn. Okay. And let's go ahead and clarify that. So I'm going to pull from this deck by Calico Moon. It's the Pining Rose Tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aquarius. What else do we need to know here? So, who needs to learn these lessons most? Obviously, I feel both of you do. But somebody here needs it more. That addiction card too reminds me of the devil energy in tarot. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Capricorn. They could have very obsessive, addictive type behavior. I love it. We've got the Chariot coming through here. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Cancer here. So this is movement. This is action right here. It reminds me of, it always reminds me of a train. You know, like the train is on its way to you, Aquarius, and you got to get on it. If you don't, it's a missed opportunity. So if by the time this arrives, whatever this lesson is, you need to be prepared to take action so that you can move forward. And the same thing applies to your person, whoever it is that you are thinking about. We do have the Emperor clarifying addiction here, so it could be the divine masculine who's been dealing with that. But I'm also getting, because the Emperor could represent father figure, okay? So look at the way this is coming through. We already have the family love card that came through earlier, so I really feel that there has been an issue with a family dynamic that went into separation, possibly due to a masculine who had some addictive behavior, maybe a drinking problem, a drug problem, or some other addiction, perhaps sex addiction, like I mentioned earlier, watching porn online, whatever the case might be. But I feel that this could be a shift in the energy that's coming forward for this person, because the Emperor is pretty much representing divine masculine energy, painting the masculine in a more positive light, taking control of whatever these addictive behaviors are and moving past that. This makes sense for me also, this Four of Swords clarifying timing, because this is a resting period. This is recuperation, relaxation time, contemplation time. It's taking a break from a situation in order to heal, in order to recuperate, which is why it's going to take time for things to move forward between you and the person that you are thinking about for this reading, Aquarius. Okay, so that's what's coming through from there. So next section, I wanted to take a look at some time frames and questions. So we're going to pull from my Time Traveler Oracle, and then we're going to go ahead and grab some yes/no answers from this deck here. So let's start with the time frames here. All right, so go ahead and focus on a question. It does not have to be about your love life. It could be about anything. I'm going to pull 3 cards from here. So let's grab some time frames as to when a particular event that you're hoping to manifest will happen. Take whichever one of these time frames resonates with you most. So Aquarius, here we go. Let's grab some time frames here as to when something might happen for you for the first half of July. Is it going to happen then, or is it going to take a little bit longer, considering we do have the timing reference coming through in this reading? All right, time frames. I see September here. Okay. Winter season. So we did already get the summer season that came through, but for some of you, something's more likely to happen winter season, so latter half of this year. And then we've got 2 weeks. So all sorts of time frames coming through. Maybe the month of September means something to some of you guys. That could also be a birth month, either for your person, or it could be an ex, that, something significant might have happened during the month of September, or upcoming September, something significant. Winter season also, like I mentioned, and look at this, in 2 weeks, something could shift and change for some of you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and focus on yes/no questions. So I'm going to go ahead and pull 3 cards from here, allowing the collective to ask 3 separate questions. And obviously it would be helpful if it's not the same question in different forms. So let's go ahead and allow the angels and spirit guides to bring forward these answers. And of course, nothing is ever written in stone with yes/no questions, and time frames as well, because everyone's got their own free will. So you got to keep that in mind. But let's take a look at the possibilities, okay? So go ahead and ask your first question. And again, it doesn't have to just be about your love life. It can be about anything. Like, am I going to get a job in 2 weeks? Am I going to hear from this person? Am I going to reconcile with my ex? Whatever it is. So go ahead and ask your first question. And again, it's got to be a yes/no response that makes sense for your question. All right, Aquarius, here we go. So you can either say your question out loud or focus on it. What's the answer here? Well, we have a no. Okay, but sometimes that no could be a blessing in disguise. So whatever that question is, that's the answer. All right, so go ahead and ask your second question. Your second yes/no question. All right, so say it out loud or focus. Here we go. Look at this. It's another no. And it's the same card. That's really interesting because I've got all that's in this deck, guys, is yes and no answers. That's it. Nothing else. Okay? And it's just interesting to me that the exact same card with the same image is popping up here. So it's almost like re-clarifying and driving it home to you that maybe that answer is a no for now. All right, so go ahead and ask your third yes, no question. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aquarius, for the collective. All right, say it out loud or focus. Here we go. Look at this, guys. It's another no. So here's the thing. For now, it might be a no because of the whole timing situation. We're back to the reference to timing. If it's not happening right now or whenever your question is, that's because either there's something way better suited for you or it's just not the right time. Because that no can certainly change to a yes eventually. So you got to have perhaps some patience for whatever your question is to manifest. All right, so that's what's coming through from that section, guys. And let's go ahead and grab some songs here. So I'm going to pull from my Heart Songs deck. This is the volume 1 version. Let's grab some songs here for the collective, musical messages for the connection here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aquarius. Musical messages here. If you're not familiar with the song, see if you resonate with the lyrics. 12th of Never by Johnny Mathis, an oldie but a goodie. And all it says is, until the 12th of never, I'll still be loving you. Basically, what this song is telling you is this is a love that can withstand the test of time. It's forever. It is forever, no matter what. We also have Crazy Glue coming through. This is by Jessica Sanchez. For those of you that don't remember her or know her, she was actually a finalist for one of the seasons for American Idol. I forget which season, but she kicks ass. She's unbelievable. So this song, Crazy Glue, the lyrics say, no matter what, I don't ever want to lose you. If it's the last thing I do, I'll hold on to you like crazy glue. When I'm with you, I'm complete. You're like the last puzzle piece. Every day you always say to me, I'll be there. Even in the darkest moments, I'll be there forever. So take whatever part of that makes sense. But this is somebody, perhaps, Aquarius, that didn't realize how much they needed you until they actually lost you. Last song, All Out of Love by Air Supply. I'm lying alone with my head on the phone, thinking of you till it hurts. I know you hurt too, but what else can we do? Tormented and torn apart. So this is for those of you clearly who are at a distance from one another. Maybe you're both just checking out your phones to see if the other person is going to call or text or do something on social media. I feel for those of you that relate to this, there's a part of your heart that really still wants this person in your life, and it still hurts knowing that you guys are not together. And I just happened to glance at this card on the bottom. I just called to say I love you by Stevie Wonder. No New Year's Day to celebrate, no chocolate-covered candy hearts to give away, no first of spring, no song to sing. In fact, here's just another ordinary day. No April rain, no flowers bloom, no wedding Saturday within the month of June. But what it is something true, made up of these 3 words that I must say to you. And what they really want to say to you is that they love you. Okay, so maybe that there's a part of you that's hoping that they will open up their heart to finally say those 3 words, if in fact they never said them to you, or obviously if it's been a very long time since you've heard from this person. There's a possibility, okay, that they will reach out and call you. All right, so those are the songs. So let's wrap it up with some healing messages here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull from this deck here. And of course, I will link everything down below if you're interested in any of the decks that you do see here today, Aquarius. Healing messages for the collective. forgiveness is crucial. Okay, whether you guys ever get back together or not, because you don't want to be a vessel for anger and regret and these negative energies, that you need to release it and move on from it. And sometimes forgiveness is, and I've mentioned this in previous readings, it truly is a gift that you offer yourself so that you can move forward. Whether, again, you guys work it out or it's time for you to move forward and find love elsewhere if you haven't already. Look at this. Answered prayer, okay? So for those who are the praying type, if you have turned to prayer, your prayers have been heard. And it might take a little bit of time for those prayers to be answered, but they will be answered. And sometimes the way our prayers are answered are done in a different way from what we're expecting, because sometimes it's actually better from what we could have ever envisioned for ourselves. Look at this. Here we are again, third time. Timing, divine timing. That's it. You know, it really comes down to timing here, Aquarius, when things are going to pan out in your life, whether it's related to your love life or something else going on in your life at this time. All right, so final messages from your guardian angels here. Final thoughts, final advice for Aquarius. Positive outcome. At this very moment, you are sowing the seeds of your future through your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and attitudes. Whether through love, fear, or indifference, you are always creating something. So remember to keep your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes positive, and you will create a positive outcome. Exactly. It's very much a law of attraction type message. What it is that you're putting out there energetically is what you will attract back towards you. So you might as well come from a place of love and positive energy in order to realize this positive outcome that is coming through here. The possibilities are endless here for you, really, Aquarius. And again, you've got prayers that can be answered all in due time. All right, so that's where I'm going to leave this one, guys. I do hope whatever part of this made sense for you, helps you on your journey entering into the first half of July. If you're interested in your own reading, that information is down below. Thank you guys so much. See you next time.